It's going to be Sidney Miller. I'm a sergeant with the Harris County Sheriff's Office Homicide Unit.
Go ahead and spell that for me.
That's going to be Sidney, last name Miller, Miller.
All right, Sarge, start out by giving us what happened, who, what, where, when, why.
Okay. So shortly before 6 o'clock this morning, deputies with the Harris County Sheriff's Office, they were dispatched to an in-progress call. That call had been called in by Cy-Fair EMS, reporting a male had been found in the 7400 block of Hollister Street, deceased. When the deputies arrived, they found an adult male, a Hispanic male, appears to be between his either late 20s or mid 30s. He was found in a parking lot across the street from the apartment complex, and it was near a retention pond. They noticed that the victim had multiple gunshot wounds and possibly stab wounds. So at this point, there's no identification on the victim. We're waiting on the medical examiner's office to come out and do their investigation so we can possibly identify who this victim is. After that, we'll be, trying to figure out where the victim was prior to and during the time that he may have been killed. Right now, we have no witnesses or suspect information. So we're asking anyone with information regarding this case to contact the Harris County Homicide Division. It's going to be 713-274-9100 or Crime Stoppers at 713-222-TIPS, and that's 8477.
Is there any way y'all can tell how long he's been deceased for?
At this point, we can't, but apparently he's been out here at least a few hours. But right now, we can't definitively say how, when he was killed or how long he's been here. All we can do is go by, the condition of the body, and of course, it's been raining the last couple of days, so we're kind of using that as a gauge as well. But at this point, we can't definitively say how long he's been here. There is a possibility he could have been here, he could have met someone here, and there could have been a possible struggle, or he could have been living nearby and walked over here and met someone, and then that, the incident occurred. So we're not sure at this point. We got a lot of legwork to do. We got a lot of surveillance video we're going to be looking at, and again, we're going to be trying to figure out who this guy is so we can start tracking where he may have been or who last talked to him and that kind of stuff.
Okay, so right now it's hard to tell if he was killed here or if his body was dumped here.
At this point, we can't definitively say if he was killed here or if he may have been here at some point and met someone here and killed here. That's still under investigation. We got a lot of legwork to do on that.
Okay. You said it was Cy-Fair who that made the call in, so I guess who discovered that there was a body here?
From our understanding, we're actually investigating that to confirm that, but tentatively what we know is that there may have been somebody walking by and saw the victim laying on the ground, and they may have called 911, and then 911 contacted Cy-Fair. Cy-Fair comes out and finds the victim, and then they contact us. So we're still working to kind of get all of those facts together and get timeline as to how this was called in and where this young man may have been prior to and during the time he was killed.
Can you tell me about this area? Is this a park that people, because there's a parking lot, so is this somewhere that people can go and take a walk?
There's where he was found was near a trail, a walking trail, retention pond. There are some homeless camps out here that we're going to be trying to look at and trying to get information from people there. But the majority of this area is like an industrial park type area. There's a couple of convenience stores nearby that we're going to be trying to canvass and maybe see if there's some surveillance video that may give us some leads or on our investigation.
Sergeant, so
yes, sir.
ME's office just arrived. I know obviously it's going to hinge on the ME's investigation to determine time of death. Once you have that kind of tightened down, what does the process on this investigation look like?
So once we can kind of determine the time of death, and really the sure way of doing that is finding out, confirming when he was last confirmed to be alive, and of course when the call came in and him being found deceased. So that's going to be your timeline. That's going to be your window. So we're going to start with confirming who, if he talked to anybody, is there any kind of phone record showing it, phone calls that he made and talked to anybody to confirm he was alive. And then of course once the call was called in this morning, that reporting his death. So that's going to be our timeline, and that's what we're going to be focused on at this point.
I see a couple evidence markers. Can you talk about what you found, or is there anything that you
So we did find what appears to be bullet casings, shell casings, fired casings at the scene. So that's again, we suspect he was possibly looks like he might have been shot multiple times and possibly stabbed. So
And you said there might have been a struggle? You see
yes,
evidence of that?
there appears to be some type of, based on his clothing, that he may have been involved in some type of struggle.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.